again, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Woodpeckers Deep Dive. My name is Jeff Farris. Welcome to the Woodpeckers Model Shop. Today, we're going to take a closer look at Woodpeckers Joiner Saddle Square. I want to show you a couple of features on it, answer a couple of questions that we've had on our customer service lines, and show you how to get the most out of some of the features. Then we're going to lay out a joint that Cody Urich, the product developer that came up with the Joiner Saddle Square, Cody made this really cool three-legged table. And I'm going to show you how to lay out the joint for that. All right, let's get started. Now, the first thing I want to talk about is the metric version. We had several people ask on social media, is there a metric version for it? And there sure is. On the metric version, the scribing guides, instead of being on 32nd inch centers, they are on 1mm centers. And the scales obviously are in millimeters. Now, another question that we had was, how do you use the angle guides on this? So let's take a closer look at how those work. So you'll notice that there's a dotted line, laser engraved on the top here, that's right in line with the angle cutout. And it goes right to the intersection between the side and the 45-degree angle. So if I want to lay out a 30-degree angle across the entire board, obviously if that slot went all the way, there wouldn't be anything left. So that's why we had to use a short section. And here's how you use it. Let's say that we want that angle to start right at that point. So we'll just put a little mark there. Then I'll come to my 30 degrees and mark it against the edge that's in line with the dotted line. Then we'll turn it over and use that as a straight edge and connect my 30-degree line and the point that was the origin and make our line. Now, the next thing I want to talk to you about is the scribing guides on the Joiner Saddle Square. And what I'm going to share with you applies to all Woodpeckers tools that have scribing guides. Just going to make it a little bit easier to use. So if we take a look at our scribing guides, the full eighths are real easy to see. Every full eighth, there's a hole that is right in line with each one of the full eighths. So we have 1 inch and then we have 7/8 right beside it. So these are on 32nd of an inch centers. So if I go from 1 inch and I go out here to the next hole to the right, that's a 32nd of an inch less than 1 inch. Okay, and then 2 is a 16th of an inch less, and the third one is 3/32, and the fourth one is back to a full 1/8 of an inch. So if I need 15/16, I'm not going to try and go to the 15/16 line here and see which one lines up. I'm going to go 1 inch, I'm going to go out here to the right and back to the second one. And there I know I'm a 16th of an inch less. So we'll lay down a line, pull it out, look at the scale, and you can see it's right on 15/16. So counting the holes is a lot easier than trying to align the holes with the scale marks. Now on the metric one, it's kind of the same idea, only if you like metric, this is a little bit easier than messing with fractions. When I put this on here, we have 5, 10, and 15 millimeters marked right next to the hole, and then they're in 1mm steps beyond that. So 5, 6, 7, 8. If I need 8 millimeters, I know I want that one right there. And there's my line. So when Cody was working on this tool, he was investigating different joints and how they're laid out. And one of them that he ran across was a half lap. And he found a very unique application of the half lap joint, which is a tripod table. And here's the one that Cody built. And I'm going to show you how to cut that joint. It's dead simple. It's 3 pieces of stock, each one with a half lap exactly in the middle of the table. The tricky part is putting it together, and I'll show you how to do that too. First, let's lay out this half lap. The first thing we need is the exact center of this board. Now, it is 28 inches long, And we're going to put 14 inches at both ends. Make sure it's straight. And right where the 0 is the center of the board. So my material is 1 3/4 inches wide, which means I need 7/8 from either side of that line. So we'll take this one 7/8 this direction and 7/8 this direction. Now we're going to take our joiner saddle square and square off both of those lines. Now I'm going to check it with a piece of the stock and make sure that it's right on both of those pencil lines. And it's right where we want it. So we have that just right, and now I want to extend that around the outside. Now we'll take this, here's the top of our joint, we're going to put this on, get right at the end of it, find our 7/8, drop the pencil in the scribing guide, and mark our 7/8 of an inch. Flip it over, do the same thing on the other side. All right, there's our joint. Exactly in the middle, exactly half the depth of our material. I'm going to lay out the other 3. I'm going to cut them off camera, then I'll come back and show you how to put the joint together. So this really cool looking table is just 3 identical pieces. It's kind of hard to wrap your head around when you're looking at it, but it's really, really simple. You just have 3 pieces, all the same length, all with a half lap cut in the exact center. When you get ready to put it together, that's when the tricky part is, because you have to do everything just right. Now the first thing, after having done this a few times, I found that the best thing to do is take these 2 and face them in like that, with this one standing up. So we're going to start by taking these 2. This one is facing up. This one I'm going to turn like this and put that in just about halfway across the joint. Then this one slides on halfway through and then down inside just like that. Now when we get ready to make a table out of this, there's something else that we need to pay attention to. See how on the way I have it set up now, there's a little triangle pocket right there. That is the way you want it set up, to have these 3 points at the same level. If you have it wrong, the pocket's not there, and these 2 points are at the same level, but this one's lower. So it's going to give you a table that's not flat. So you want to set that up so that you have that pocket on top, and you have one just like it on the bottom. And then these 3 points are at the same height. Pretty cool, huh? Now, you can leave these points sharp, or you can take any amount off of them down to a full bevel for both where your top is mounting and your foot. Now, getting back to the star of the show, the joiner saddle square, let's take a look at the layout that we did for that half lap. If we take a look here, you can see that we have exactly half a pencil line all the way around that joint. Just exactly cut to the line, and everything came together perfectly. Hey folks, thanks so much for watching the show today. I hope you enjoyed this closer look at Woodpecker's joiner saddle square. If you did enjoy the show, be sure and give us a thumbs up. And if you haven't yet, please be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell so you always know when we're coming out with a new video. Now, if you'd like to know more about the joiner saddle square, there's a link right over here to the product video on it, and there's a link down in the description that will take you to our website ordering page. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time on Woodpecker's Deep Dive.